Yeah, that's it.
Monster, did I send you
Oh yeah, stream
TV
started by the way.
rules?
I don't know. Alright, I'll get it. You guys can get started.
And do the same thing you did
Yep,
last
the
time.
TGA
Ping
list.
here and new vids on my server too.
Oh. Oh, that's what I was forgetting.
Do I need to end it?
No, you don't need to end it. Just might see my screen for a second, but I guess I could start the introduction earlier than under these circumstances. But welcome to Charlotte.
Oh,
This is race 6 out of 10 in the chase. Trying to find N ratings. There we are.
Ooh.
But yeah,
ugh.
hang on.
You forgot to do the. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, hang on. What the what is it doing that for? Hang on.
Bro, Kenyon's already in the chat. Jesus.
Oh, there we are.
Damn.
Already? Jeez.
Yep.
Well, I forgot to. That's what I was forgetting. I forgot to modify his ratings. So.
I gotta throw something in the sink real quick. I will be right back.
Who's the ratings?
Kenny and Jessica.
Oh. Damn.
Thank
Oh yeah, that's right.
God I
They're in new
caught
cars.
that though. Yeah. But anyways, welcome to Charlotte. This is Chase race 6 out of 10, and should be an interesting one after the previous race that we had, where I myself won that. He.
Shameless.
Could Thunder go for the 2 in a row at Charlotte, 3rd win of the season?
I mean, it's definitely possible. But Charlotte's gonna have a lot to. We're gonna have to look out for a lot here at Charlotte. Oh, do not want to do that. Put that to 7. We got to look out for a lot. Also, pit road incidents like we saw not last season. Last time we went here, some guys were trying to get on a pit road, and then others were set off a chain reaction and stacked up the entire field, and there were some wrecks. So, we'll have to see if we get some of that today. Only 40 cars in this field. Gonna do the qualifying running now. Looks like King Barnabas will be on pole for the race.
Alright, well, once Thunder gets his stream up and going, we will get TrueXFan to run us down the starting lineup for tonight's race, as it'll be 6th race, as mentioned, for the chase. Thunder.
Did his Discord literally just crash as soon as he started streaming? Why are there 2 Thunders in the...
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Uh-oh.
I'm screenshotting that.
Well,
Okay. Well, we're back.
right when I put the thing up, it my Discord kind of died. So hopefully that's not an issue in the race, but I think we're completely set to go now.
TrueXFan, are you ready?
Yeah, I just had to send you something DMs. Okay. Okay, so Charlotte starting grid. Woohoo! Gisbergen's winner. Okay. Row number 1, the 53 of King Barnabas, as mentioned on the pole, and the 22 of Hero, who is outside. Row number 2 is the 10 of NASCAR Fan, and the 46 of Ebenezer Splooge. Row number 3, the 32 of EXO, and the 23 of Lynn. 2 teammates right there. Then row number 4 is the 56 of me, somehow, and the 90 of Matthew Hill. Row number 5, running the top 10, is 8 of Gaming Freak, and the 66 of Soccer, making his second start of the season. And then it's the 97 of Connor and the 54 of Zevel. Then behind them is 2 chase drivers, the 68 of Zach and the 40 of Drifting Strikers. Then another chase driver, the 74 of Kyle and the 7 of Latvian Menace. Then it's the 3 of Mark and the 19 of Jude Castro Neves. And then the 62, David Kreutz and Patrick Starr in the 13. And then the 12 of Patrick Miller and the 28 of Nickname. And then the 26 of Floppa and the 2 of Commander Rick. The 45 of Quadruped, commentating actually today, and the 75 of Moth. And then the 5 of Legends and the Hendrick car scheme and the 15 of Kenyon. And then the 11 of Red and the 55 of Jessica. And then the 21 of Slinky and the 17 of Maximilina. Bailey Parker in the 4 and Aiden Walker in the 93. Then Pendray McCarroll in the 99 and Brandon Beal in the 14. Cope. And then the 25 of Thunder and the 78 of Quad Kidboy, the lowest qualifying chase driver. Then rounding it out is the 65 of Monster and the 33 of Landon. Yes.
33?
Yes, indeed.
But
Okay.
anyways,
So
sorry.
I've done my math for the chase, and after Talladega, Kyle is still the points leader, and he has a 22-point cushion over second place in points, that being Drifting Strikers. Then there's a tie for third between the 2 of Commander Brick and the 28 of Nickname. They're 25 points behind. Moth and Thunder, they're tied for fifth. They are 38 points behind. And Jessica is 41 points behind.
All right. Well, let's go for our Fantasy Cup Series ones to watch here today. Now, starting with Monster, who's the guy that you say you'd be able to watch for this race?
I would usually go with the guy that won here last, and I'm gonna be unbiased with my pick here. Matt Kenseth Racing showed some speed here last time. Of course, they got caught up in some incidents. So I'd have to say either NASCAR fan or Bailey Parker are the ones I want to watch. They were up at the front before they got caught up in a wreck, so I'll be watching for those two.
All right. Well, I'll go next. In my personally very unbiased opinion, I say that 25 can find his way up in victory lane because he started in a similar position last time we went here. He started in the back on the bottom, 35th, maybe 37th, somewhere around there in the back, and then charged his way with a bit of luck, charged his way up into the front where he was able to hold off his driver in the 24 of Josh, who's finished off his season to win the race. Truex fan.
Yeah, what happened?
Wants to watch.
Who won here last season?
Me?
Thunder, not last
Last
season.
last season. Pendray.
Oh yeah.
Yes, then he's definitely one to watch, I would accept.
And
All right.
Quadruped, who's your one to watch?
So
Special.
I personally would have a few picks. If we go into that front row, those first 2 rows, there's the 46 of Ebenezer Splooge up there, qualifying really high. He's had some amazing races. He won at Road America. Really good showing. If we go back 1 row, there's the 23 of Lynn, who won at Riverside. She has had an amazing start to her career. I could totally see her trying to go too. And then totally unbiased, the 45. The 45 last time we went here, just like Monster said, similar starting position, midfield towards the rear, and really just charged his way towards the front. Kind of was just screwed on a bad pit stop. I could totally see him trying to go for another win, maybe a little bit of revenge.
All right, can I round it up?
Yep.
Yeah,
And
Alright. For my one to watch,
sure.
I'd say I'd give it to King Barnabas. He's been showing some talent here and there. He just hasn't had the right luck to get that win that has been starting to get a bit overdue. So I think he can, if he can time it right, get those strategies perfectly, he can probably get it done today.
Good pick.
You see,
interesting one.
I personally believe that, starting position, well, yes, it can have some advantage. I mean, if you look at the shell race that happened yesterday, the field was really flipped. There was a lot of action in that race, and I feel like anyone could win this, especially at a track like this.
especially, we saw how aggressive the race was last season.
Yeah.
As we're coming back here, just for a shorter race distance, 167 laps around here at Charlotte. Almost 50 laps shorter than the actual Fanta 600.
Well, yeah, because the mile amount is shorter, so.
Here we go.
These guys are about to go for the 6th race of the chase. Pace car hits pit road. Barnabas Hero will lead us to the green flag.
We're green.
And
Here we go.
dead even start by the looks
Green.
of it from the top two.
Looks like already
I think
3
I see
wide
some
down
3
at turn
wide.
1. King Barnabas has the lead now. Matthew Hill being put 3 wide, a sandwich spot between Lynn and Truex fan. NASCAR fan looking at the bottom, trying to take the lead on lap 1.
With Exo behind him, he's looking for one last win.
Ooh,
Especially in his
It's
final
very
season.
tight off turn 4. But to the line,
Pink's gonna
NASCAR
lead
fan
the
leads lap
lap.
1.
There we go. But Exo is probably going to dive low right here. No, he's not.
NASCAR fan holding off Exo, and he's going to block Exo. Barnabas
and
sends it to
Barnabas
the high
sticking
side
around
and
the
to no
outside.
avail.
Both Exo and NASCAR fan at the end of their careers, pretty much, both retiring at the end of the season.
Already starting to form a
Mhm.
gap from that 53. Even if it's a small one, any gap can work here.
And also, we remember last season how tire wear was such a big tire wear played a big advantage, and now here comes Exo to the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, 23-7 Racing has really had a very lucky string of races in this chase, just in general. And it looks like they're trying to continue that with the 32 in the lead, though here comes King Barnabas on the inside, but he's not going to go for it this turn.
To add on to your point, Quadrified, I mean, their strongest race in the chase, in my opinion, was Riverside. 3 of their cars
Totally.
finished in the top 5.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And especially that first win for Lynn. You know, I was talking about it pre-race, but it was just so big, and I think that was just the morale boost this team needed. They've really started to perform.
Yup,
I would
King
agree.
Barnabas
Move off
now to the
topic, but
lead.
look who's made his way up to this pack. It's the points leader, Kyle, right behind the 8 of
Wow,
Gaming.
already.
Yup, we know Kyle to be Kyle is the fastest man in this chase, fastest man in the league, I think, so far, and he is going to be the one that every single chase driver wants to beat right now.
Exactly.
I mean,
He's just had
like
a
I said,
phenomenal season. You know,
Yeah,
it's been
definitely.
a
Yeah.
dream come true for that team, that driver. Rookie season, first season with the team. It's a track house story, just times 10 in my opinion.
I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, I mean, Kyle's got a pretty sizable points lead coming into this race. 22 points.
Exactly.
Oh, yellow flag is out.
And
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, there's a spin
It's
in the back.
Jessica.
Oh, it's the
Five.
55.
Happened here.
Jessica spun on the front stretch. Yellow
One of our
flag is
chase
out.
contenders.
Already we have chase contender trouble right here.
And
King
like
Barnabas looks like he's going to have the race back to the line as there's smoke down the front stretch. Looks like Jessica might have tapped the wall on the front straightaway. Big damage to that 55 right there.
Jessica
Left
was
side.
Jessica is within a race worth of points from the leader. Not
yeah,
going to help
right
her
on the
cause.
finish line there.
Left. So what
Yep,
happened
let's
here?
see what
She
happened.
fell quite a bit through the pack.
See,
And let's
back
see,
there,
3 wide with other chase contenders, Brick and
Yeah.
Nickname. Let's see if that had any. Oh, looks like a
Oh,
tight
a little
bit of
squeeze right
contact.
there.
and as
And there
Brick
was
turns her
contact.
around.
Maybe
Maybe
a
we
little
that's
bit
a
of
hard
damage to
hit.
that 28 as well.
Oh,
She was up in the wall.
That was half.
I mean, who do we really blame there? I mean, it was 3 wide. Jessica Brick was just kind of squeezed together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they really shouldn't be going 3 wide on lap 6. Also, that these guys are really needing points to try and get into the
Exactly.
range of the top 5 to get, and
I mean-
also to take the points lead.
Those 3 are within a race worth of points of Kyle right now, and
Yeah.
something like this cannot happen.
Yeah, especially if you're one of those drivers.
I feel like,
mean,
that part of the reason why Kyle has just grown such a very good lead is I'm going to be blunt about it. I think some of the chase drivers have been an absolute circus this this chase session. There have been some very interesting incidents and some very odd ones at that. You go back to that first race at Chicagoland, that was a wreck fest. Those
It
first 50
was.
laps, and like half the chase field was out after that. And if you want to fight one of the best drivers in this league, you got to keep it clean until at least the final laps.
Yes, and
I mean,
also,
especially.
can I go ahead? Yeah, okay. But I was gonna say, especially since these guys have are really like the point you made, quadruped. They're trying to chase the 74 in his tracks, and stuff like that. This like they just cannot afford, as it looks like everyone's
Exactly.
coming onto pit road. But one thing I said earlier is also these guys need to keep their stuff clean, and also they're just racing so aggressive this early. That was a hard hit by the 55. That's concrete. That's a concrete barrier on the
Yeah.
outside there, and that might set her back for the rest of the race, as they have every single car on a pit road now.
I mean, I was also going to add on, like, it's getting to crunch time. Like I said, we have 4 races left to go after this. Every driver is racing for a lot, whether it's a win or gain as many points as they can. And
Exactly.
all these non-chase drivers, they're
Ooh.
not going to pull over for these chase guys. Ooh.
Looks like
56 won the race off pit road. It looks like.
well,
Yeah,
I
it looks
think I
like
think the 53 got it at the line, but the
Mm.
56 went ahead. We'll have to see what the officials say on the scoring.
Yeah.
But the
I don't want to.
53 I think
58.
was ahead.
Yeah. I don't want to be off topic to the pit road, race off that. But there's one driver I forgot to mention in my ones to watch, and that is the 7 of Latvian Menace. Mainly because of the Truex fan was talking about who here last year at this race was good, and that 7 car. He came in about halfway through the season after the original driver of the 33 was banned.
Bested.
And he really worked his ass off. There were a lot of times that he had poor performances. Maybe he got on the nerves of the field, but really that Charlotte race last year, finished 3rd, had a chance to win it. Just a great race, and he's in the top 20. I could see him charging his way up the field.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I feel
Uh,
like he's been running top 20 in points for most of the race, or most of the season in points, but really looking at that team overall, they came in ill prepared for this season after
Exactly.
one of the drivers got booted off the team, and it was just a really bad story for Bailey Parker Enterprises, and also due to the fact that they're shutting down after this season because
Shutting
they
down,
lost
yeah.
all their charters.
They were their charters were bought. That 7 not so
Yeah.
lucky compared to some of his other drivers. He's going to be falling down to the Shell Series next season. Hopefully, he can have a good season there. Maybe make it back up to Cup. But it really is just a shame. I feel like he totally could have won some races, could have made the chase. He still can win some races. This race is a good one. Like I said, top 20 has a good chance to get up to that top
I
pack.
mean,
But
to add, to your point, quadruped, he is moving to the Shell Series, and arguably he's going to one of the best teams in that league, in that division.
I believe
Michael
that's
Cormendes
Thunder's
Racing.
team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also Thunder's team, they've had some success, like big success in this in the cup level so far.
Yeah.
One upping their last season with 2 wins this year, with
Yeah.
one being with their part-time unchartered car, the 24 of Josh,
Yeah.
and also Matthew Hill winning the opening race of the chase in Chicagoland.
Yeah.
And
Matthew
like you
Hill,
said,
that 90
there's
car.
been
I could talk about a whole plethora of drivers, but there's just, this season has really been a good one when it just comes to drivers in general. That 90 car, kind of, dare I say, an underdog story at Chicagoland. Like I said earlier, a wreck fest, sorta, but he powered through it, got that win.
And he was also holding off a hard-charging 63 of Landon at the
Yeah.
end of the race.
And the lap car of Pendray did kind of interfere with that, but
Yep,
and
but
there you see a
Matthew.
couple other chase drivers. There you see a
Sorry, go
couple other
ahead.
chase drivers behind Matthew. And I don't mean to cut away from Matthew, but I feel like those 2 drivers are guys we need to talk about. Zach especially, because Zach coming into this race, he is
12th, I
actually
believe.
he's the last
Yeah.
car in the chase. He's 12th in the standings. He needs a good run. Having
He really
a pretty
does.
bad
So
one right
does
now.
he does. Kenyon does. I believe that three of Mark won the Daytona 500. I think he's also in a pretty dire situation at the moment.
Yeah, currently he's 10th above both Kenyon and Zach in the
Yeah.
standings. He needs a pretty good race as well.
So
As we're going double file, meaning we are going green this time by.
Nothing's over yet.
I mean,
There's still a lot can happen for every driver in the chase right now, but kind of ironically circling back to my original point about that 74, people really got to step it up if they want to catch up to him.
And Drifting Strikers, he's the highest running chase driver out of the field right now. Go ahead, Monster.
And I was gonna say Strikers is second in the points. He has a chance to eat into Kyle's points lead as we're about to go back to green.
Green
Yep,
flag.
green flag is out.
Back at Charlotte.
Green.
And
looks like a pretty dead even start.
Barnabas now might edge ahead of the 56 right here. Is
Here comes
Gaming
the
Freak
A
still
Gaming
filling in for
Freak.
Outlaw.
Oh,
Yeah, Gaming Freak has had a monster run.
Start, if you look back there, he was really holding up that outside line.
I mean, remember last season, Gaming Freak was in prime position to win this exact race till Pendre made a last lap pass.
The last lap pass was pretty decent, so.
Dead even to cross the line there, but I think Gaming Freak, he's going to have the advantage down to 1 and take the lead from King Barnabas. Drifting Strikers trying to go to second.
That 74 is not too far behind the 40 on the inside.
Here comes the
30. He's pushing the 32.
Big push.
It might go to the inside of the 32. This 74 is on rails right now.
1-2 in standings fighting for it, but it looks like that 74 is going to get past him.
Yes, he will. He's going to try and get second from EXO at the same time. NASCAR fans trying to mount a charge with Zevel behind him.
Outside line got a little bit wide there. Perfect opportunity for that 74.
How about the 54? Like you said, Quadruped, 23-7 has been on a resurgence lately.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to talk about one of their drivers, let's talk about the 45. The 45 went from 35th in points to 24th at the moment. Now, not in the best position right now, if I recall, running about 25th, but still, it's just been a really, really good final few races for this team, and I could totally see them maybe having a multiple win season for one of their drivers next season.
Yeah, especially with the lineup they've got.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
they've got
they have
Arthur
a really
coming.
Good line.
They've got Arthur coming back. They got Lynn running for Rookie of the Year, and then you got Quadruped and Zevel, the veterans of the team. So a lot to look forward to for that team. Trying to rebuild this. Here comes Kyle for the lead.
And that's 74, prime position to win yet another race. I believe that would be his 4th of the season if he won it.
It would
we
be.
are pretty early. We are pretty early in the race, so anything could happen.
Best. Honestly, I don't think a rookie's ever won more than 3 races in a season. So that would be a huge feat for the 74 team.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the one person to tie that record was Thunder in his rookie season, all the way back in season 3, with 3 wins at I think it was Las Vegas, Atlanta, and somewhere else. I forget.
I wouldn't know because I wasn't there.
That 74's got a rocket ship.
Yeah.
He does. And he is out front, already cleared the 8 by 3 seconds, or 3,
he's pulling away.
3/10.
Yeah.
But the main thing you want to keep an eye out for is not the short run speed, but it's the long run speed. In case we get a green flag run, you want to really manage those tires, because this is a type of track that will eat these tires up.
Oh yeah.
And you really don't want that.
You know, as a driver, you know, you really just gotta be careful with your tires here. You know, they eat away so quick. Especially if you're fighting, it can create some great racing, but it also means that you really gotta think about your strategy.
Yep, the Ada Gaming Freak is slotted into second.
You see EXO leading that group there. He's in third. NASCAR fan is Zevel, your top 5 at the moment. Pendre, the winner from last season, currently running in 6th.
Pendre.
Zevel looks to fancy a move on NASCAR fan there.
Pendre started below the top 30. He's had a really good run up here.
Yep, exactly. Like I said. Sorry,
I just want to Zevel to the inside now, trying to make a link up with the 32 teammate. EXO retiring after this season, a long time stay of this series. It's going to be sad to have him gone, but he's had a really hearty and good career here. Hopefully, we can see him back in some part-time entries.
I feel like the main advantage that you have in the short runs of this race is that as long as you're on the bottom, not even if you're way in the back, as long as you're on the bottom, I think you're gonna be able to make up some positions no matter where you start, 20, 21st, 35th, wherever.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that 3 car. I think Wasn't he like in the 20s on the restart? He's in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, and there's the 7 again. Someone I was talking about also in the 20s. Just it's like I said before the beginning of this race, the field can just get flipped. It's just this track is really a gamble.
It really is. It's a gamble for
See Mark now
a
trying to get
lot
by
of these
strikers.
drivers.
I mean, guys like Mark, they have a lot to lose. Mark's trying to dig himself out of a giant hole in the point, and he's putting on a show right now trying to catch Kyle, who's pretty much anybody in the chase's biggest enemy at this.
Exactly.
There's your pick, quadruped Latvian Menace going
Yep.
by the 54 of Zevel. That 7 has a pretty fast car as well.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you
Indeed,
one
he
thing. Even though
does.
Bailey Parker Enterprises is going out of business, they have built some very good cars this season.
I mean, especially the
Their
40 of
shell
Drifting
team-
Strikers.
Yeah. Exactly. That
Yeah,
40.
the shell team is still going to be around, but the company will cease operations, but will not fold.
Yeah.
The 40 of Drifting Strikers, I was gonna say, he was actually in contention to win the regular season championship.
Yeah.
That's how fast this team is.
He had it. He had it all the way until the last race, where he and Thunder were basically the top 2 to watch in the regular season championship before they both had their issues. Striker's out with a crash and Thunder out with an engine failure, and that allowed Kyle to steal the regular season
Yeah.
championship out of nowhere,
Yeah.
which nobody
By
expected.
winning the race.
Was that crash the Jessica Talent Memorial?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And look at Mark. He's closed up on that pack. He's in
Ooh.
5th, and he's about to make some more passes.
There we go. That's 74 pulling away.
Wait
But
for that sound. Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be pulling away for long if that 3 can get by these 3 cars ahead of him.
yeah, there are some cars that I feel like just really are zooming today. 3 is one of them. 74.
74 as well.
Yeah, 74 as well. 3.
And
99.
right now,
Chase,
sorry, I was just saying, right now, that 74 is pulling away by 0.3 of a second per lap
Yeah.
on that 8 of Gaming Freak.
That 8, they need to get past that 8 because like that 8 is holding them up. That 8 and that
there's
99.
Mark.
But I think Mark would be the one to do it with how fast he is right now. But also look at Latvian Menace.
Yeah,
His car is
Latvian
flying
Menace
right now,
has
too.
cleared 4 cars there. Oh my goodness!
And now he's
zooming
running down
real
Pendray.
quick.
Both 3 and the 7 have some speed in those cars. I think they could contend with Kyle for the win if they have.
Exactly.
Yeah. The 7 could definitely contend. He has a lot of speed
Yeah.
under that
Mark going for
that
3rd now
Target
in
Chevrolet.
EXO.
He's
then
gonna
gotta
get the
pass his
spot.
Here's the
teammate.
thing that's going to matter so much, though, is it's all going to be a matter of time. You got to be at the right place at the right time to win a race like this.
Agreed.
That
You see the
that 74 can have a rocket ship of a car. That 7 could have a rocket ship of a car. But a car like the 99 or the 8 or even one of the backpackers like, I don't know, the 90 or the 56 could have an amazing pit stop and just steal it. And
Look at the
see
3
Mark-
going to second.
Gonna pass his teammate.
And Mark is now into second. He is one of the fastest cars, arguably, today,
Amen.
as of lap
Let's
28.
see. But let's see if he can run down that 74. Remember, he's got to try and beat the 74 and get as much points as he can
Exactly.
to keep his hopes alive.
That 74 is a living rocket ship right now. Chad Knaus on the box for Kyle. He was on the box for Thunder last season. Left the team. Left what is now Michael Cormetis Racing to go to aid the rookie Kyle, and they have been the duo, the top tier duo to watch this season.
And if you thought Johnny Benson Racing was good this season, I'm expecting a whole lot more next season. They're expanding from 1 car to 4 full-time cars. That's how big this team is getting in the span of 2 seasons.
Finish? Are you finished?
Yeah.
Well, what is amazing to me is this team is so ambitious. I mean, when a lot of the signings in this for the following season happened really early in the season, really early to mid. But when they were happening, Johnny Benson Racing was just going after talent after talent. I think the biggest one I remember is when they tried approaching the 46. Ebenezer Splooge, Shell Talent, Going to be racing next year in the 19. Very big favorite for Rookie of the Year. They approached him, and they almost had him too, but ultimately decided to stay with Truex Fan.
Yep, and Ebenezer Spluge, he has been a one to watch this season. He has been ultimately one of the most consistent I guess you could say part-time drivers, and also fill-in driver as well. He won Road America and Atlanta, and has 2 wins, and he's not even a full-time rookie yet.
Exactly. I'm really hoping he's just a really likable driver too. Not many controversies. He's kind of been unlucky a lot, but I'm rooting. I know I'm personally rooting. Hopefully he can get more wins because he definitely deserves them. He's worked his way here.
Laffy Menace going for third. Once again, your pick, Quadruped, going for third, and now Aiden Walker might try and take the spot as well.
Arguably, the 3 fastest cars are now the top 3 in the race.
Yep, and it looks like Mark's kind of slowly catching that 74.
Yeah. The gap has slowly gone down a little bit. It's 2.82 at the moment, but let's see.
I know this is mid-pack, but look who's moving up the field. That the one who won last time we were here, the 25 at Thunder.
Yeah.
I
He's
arguably
trying to make a move on his driver, the 90. Oh, right there, but the 90's going to shut the door.
Remember, they almost had a run-in at Chicagoland a few races ago. I think Thunder had a pit stop. Oh.
It's going to bring in the 4. Here comes BP.
Now 25 goes to the inside. The 11 of Red trying to get around the 54 of Zebel. Now it's going to open the door for the 25 to get by, and he does.
Going to go along with the 11. 90 going to go along with the 25.
That gap is closing. The gap is closing between first and second. It's gone down 0.3 since we spoke about
Thunder now trying to get by Red.
Yeah, look at them. 25 on the move now. He's, I guess, having a really good long run car.
And Mark is still eating.
Sorry.
I was gonna say Mark's still eating into the lead. It's 2.5 seconds now.
Go on the spectator camera. I want to see if we can be able to see Mark.
I was gonna.
We can.
This point before. I was gonna also bring this point up before we were moving through the field and whatnot, but I'm honestly gonna be honest. I didn't expect this performance out of 3-car, especially because we always see Outlaw Mark Enterprises perform on the super speedway tracks. But
Bro,
now,
who's got the angle grinder going?
Pause. Oh, pit road.
Here we go, pit stop.
74-3 coming to pit road.
First set.
Is the 7 gonna come down? The 7 is gonna stay out.
Yep, 8 comes down. 99.
93,
25 stays out.
Looks like a lot of people coming down.
25 stays out. Along with the 40.
54 might have pitted a lap earlier.
Now, let's see who can have the best stop out of these guys.
74 retain the lead now that he's in the pits.
I think he'll be clear in and clear out.
A couple guys playing some strategy. Coming in, and staying out for the most part.
True. 3 and 74. Very quick pit stops by them. Oh, and
25 comes in.
Now the rest.
Here come the
99 had a quick pit stop too.
7, 46, 93, 25.
25 is gonna have one of the earliest pit boxes.
Go check on who got out first.
I think it was Kyle.
74.
Yeah.
Yep, Kyle.
Now let's see. Can anyone beat Kyle out though? That's my question. Maybe someone takes 2 tires. Maybe something along those lines.
I doubt that. I think everyone's gonna take 4 tires, especially after the wear we've just seen.
Yeah.
Tire wear
drivers losing about 2 seconds per run.
Component at Charlotte. Tire wear is a big component at Charlotte, yeah, definitely.
93
side by side off the road. That's the really want to see.
That was close. 7 got him though.
The 7's gonna stick it out.
Unless
that 93 can get a run back on him.
93 is fast.
93 is getting a run.
But can the 93? I think the 93 is going to do it. They're going to go side by side. Out it's going to go 3 wide.
Whoa,
watch out for the traffic, boys.
Close right there.
Almost got the 99.
And the 93 sticks
around the outside.
Back out.
Here comes the 13 of Patrick Starr now.
I don't know. Can that 7 keep his speed?
I think he's under pressure from the 13 here.
Yeah, Zebel had to have had some type of strategy because I don't remember seeing him in the top 10 like that all so far.
But also one thing I want to point out, even though that some of these guys pitted later and might have lost some track position, this race is not over for them yet. Because tire
no.
wear, even if you pit a lap in, like a lap earlier or a lap later, I think that makes a big difference. Pitting a lap earlier will gain you track position, but it will not gain you the freshest tires.
Yeah.
We've seen that play a big difference.
Yeah. Plus,
And now here's the thing: is even though those pit stops were a lap apart, maybe in the future the people who pitted later are gonna pit maybe 5 laps later, 3, something along those lines. It definitely can help just in the long run, and I think that's what
Agreed.
makes the later pit stops
Mhm.
so much more appealing.
But
Although it was 50-50.
now it's gonna be
It
like,
was pretty 50-50 when they came down the pit road.
but now it's gonna be like, what's the winning strategy here? Like short pit, late pit, mid pit. Like, what's gonna be the winning
Yeah.
strategy here? Do y'all think?
Exactly.
I feel like late pitting. If we go green this entire way, which I don't think we will, but if we go green this entire way, then someone tries to short pits and then another guy late pits, the guy in first who short pits and the guy in second who late pits, I think that the guy in second is gonna have the advantage because
Yeah.
they're gonna have the freshest tires and they're gonna probably trying to hunt them down through the last few laps.
Yeah.
Definitely. We've seen how fresh tires can pay dividends, mainly like races like Pocono, the All-Star race. Fresh tires definitely pay dividends at some tracks,
And we're
if
going
not all.
into a green flag run here, so
Yeah.
Last 74 still continues to dominate here at
Yeah.
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
A similar gap from before they pitted is from first to second, but I don't know. Can Mark really catch up, or was that just that run?
I think Kyle has the better short run car because Mark saves his stuff.
Yeah.
Mark saves his stuff up for the longer runs, but I think
Mhm.
they're running identical lap times, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, they are running identical lap times. So let's just see who just has the better tire management. I think Mark is on. Actually, Mark and Kyle pitted together, so
Yeah.
we'll have to see how that plays out
They're
for
on the
them.
same strategy. So
Yep. Let's take a look through the field.
who it pays off.
See Landon, who's actually lands a lap down.
Oh.
Not sure how that happened, but he's the only car lap down. So if he would get caution, he'd get the free pass. Now, and then EXO, we have EXO, who is
Yep.
I think benefited from that strategy in the 32.
That
Aiden Walker in
93
the
finding
93.
some newfound speed, definitely.
Indeed.
And then the 99 again, just really solid.
And the 7
7.
news, I think that's the first guy on the newer tires.
Yeah, that is the 93 also pitted with the 7.
Oh yeah, he did. That's right.
So the 93 and the 7, same strategy. And then the next one after that, I believe, is Ebenezer Splooge, who's quite a ways back. Oh,
Yes, he is. Behind the 66, his teammate,
yep.
the only uncharted car in this race that's Soccer, making a second start in the Fanta Cup
Shane
Series.
Van Gisbergen.
Yes.
Real.
And then you have another chase contender just ahead of them. That's Moth in the 75, highest running Almost Rebels racing car so far.
Interesting design choice with the all orange numbers.
Yes, that has been his Harley
And
Davidson
the roof number was kind of
primary. And now Ebenezer Splooge goes to the inside of his teammate, 66 is Soccer.
Ooh, side
And
by
looks
side
like he
for the
will obtain
trioval
that
now.
spot.
But looks like the 46, my bad.
Look at the run, the 75 gone the 54.
Whoa.
54 is going to drive it up the
Zevel's gonna
track.
shut the door.
And the 7 looks like he's trying to get around the 99.
Will that 13 help, though? Will the 13 go to the inside? Oh, no. Guess not.
Nope. Did the 13 pit with the 99 or the
No.
7?
They did not.
I'm not sure.
The 13 did not pit with the 7. Finally peeking inside to, or maybe, okay, nope, never mind. The 7 clears the 99.
Yep, easily there.
Easily, with help from the 13.
13 gets around the 99.
X Factor Motorsports. Patrick Starr making his 5th start, I believe, after Daniel
Somewhere
Voiles.
around that. Yeah.
Daniel Voiles decided to go like, I'm out.
Yes.
Oh, now the 99 to the inside.
But I
I
also
don't
think
think he's
Patrick Starr is really impressing
Oh,
for the starts
totally.
he's ran. As
He
well as King Barnabas. Those two have really, I think
Mhm.
they've raced around each other a lot in their careers,
Yep.
and really getting into opportunities like these, they're really
Mhm.
showing up.
Exactly. I think that with Patrick Starr now racing, because Patrick Starr's in the 13 the next season too. He's going to be in
Yes.
the 13 for X Factor, and I think that is exactly what X Factor needs. They need a seasoned driver in their cars. They've had Quadruped and Daniel Voiles in their cars for the past 2 years, and they have had abysmal seasons. Albeit their first full time season was due to a penalty. They had a very big penalty that happened. It was the final Fanta Cup Series penalty, but it was a big one at that, and it kind of just put a big dump on their season. Um,
It
but
indeed did.
but when I think a lot of people thought with the Gen 6 coming back, maybe X Factor will have a spark. They didn't. X Factor, the first half of the season was abysmal. They got a Daytona 500 pole, and then Daniel Voiles ran 40th the whole race. And from then on out, it was just kind of a crash fest mixed with below top 20 finishes. And I don't want to put all the blame on Voiles because Voiles was a really good driver. He fought hard, but Voiles, I think, just couldn't handle the pressure. And now that they have Patrick Starr in the car, I think it's going to go up. I think their future is bright.
Yes, and Patrick Starr, yeah, like you said, Patrick Starr is set to return for the 13 for season 8, and really the main guys that we're looking at, him and also King Barnabas in the 53, both villain drivers, and both are very impressive as of
Yeah,
late. As
exactly.
the one thing I want to mention, though, off topic from that, both the 93 and the 7, the first guys on fresher tires have passed
Yeah.
the 32 of EXO.
And now they're chasing down that 3, and I think they could do it.
Well, I think the 63 just got around the 3. Now he's going to try and get around the 74 to unlap himself.
Ooh.
Would be
And
very
I think
interesting to see that.
Yeah.
and the 74 has lapped the 55 for the first time today.
So the 55 gets the free pass, but 63 does not have damage, unlike the 55. So
Well, a little bit of damage on the left side. Looks like it's kind of pushed in a little bit. Not sure how that happened, but
Yeah.
he looks to still be on pace no matter what, as opposed to the 55. And Mark, I believe, he is kind of reeling in that on the 74.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds compared to 2.7 last time.
It's small increments, but it's happening.
See, I feel like Mark can get the job done. Just he needs things to go his way.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he definitely needs to get around these lap cars.
I
I
think
think that's
that's
gonna be
what's
the
in his
key.
biggest deficit. It's just his luck. His luck is
Yeah.
not that good in like a whole season even after winning the Fantona 500, one of the biggest event, arguably the biggest event of the season. He just hasn't really shown up ever since, and it's just all because of bad luck. Not really much that was his fault. I mean, for some stuff he got in a few controversies, like starting the big one at Darlington
Yeah.
way back.
But I
But
mean, he also barely made the chase. 5 points, I believe it was, over NASCAR fan.
Yeah.
indeed, and this is his first chase appearance since season 4, I believe. Season 4, yeah, somewhere around that.
Yeah.
And past season 4, it has just been a struggle for that 3 team of Mark. Well, he's been through different numbers. He went to the 3. He was the 3 in season 4, then the 29 in season. Wait, was he the 29 in season
Yeah.
5?
He was the 29 the
Yes,
past
he
few
was.
seasons, but it seems to
Yeah.
be the 3 seems to be his lucky number, if you will.
I believe
Yeah.
so, and Mark Motorsports, I think for the first time since really early Fanta, is going back to a 4-car operation as well. Partly because of them buying the charters from
Bailey Parker.
BPE.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you obviously have Mark and Outlaw, the 2 main drivers this season. Then you got Gaming Freak, who's filling in for Outlaw currently, 5 race suspension. He's going to be back full time in the 88. And then you got the rookie from the 2 lower series, Loading, will be piloting the 33 full time.
Yes, and also I'd like to mention this as well. Gaming Freak has done contact there. EXO.
25
Whoa.
and the 32.
Very close. Very close. That could have been very bad.
Yeah.
ended
EXO looks like
horribly.
he was not expecting the 25 to dive to the inside, contacting the turn one. Both of them luckily got off clean, but is there any damage to both the cars?
I don't think so, because the 25 was able to get pretty far away there.
That's also one of the consequences when you have a car that's on newer tires coming behind a car that's on older tires. You don't expect them to be coming at you so fast. It's just it's as a driver, it's really you just see a car pop up out of nowhere. It's just really you have no time to react.
Look at the 46 there going to the inside of the 8 car.
That's for 7th place.
Yeah, making his way back up through the field. I have to say, that 25 has really been impressive. From the back of the pack to now top 10, catching up to that 8 car now.
I believe he is the 3rd driver in the chase that's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Of course, the 74 and the 3 top 2 currently.
And 93 and the 7 have been eating into the 3's gap.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3 seems to be fading here in the long runs.
Oh yeah. That 7 is also, I don't want to say it, but he's kind of been falling off a little bit. The little bit of a gap has been formed between him and the 93, and there's
Yeah,
a
the 63
up against
63 is
74.
gonna try. I think the 63 is gonna try and force the issue here, trying to unlap himself.
I mean,
This could be good news for the 3,
I mean,
because with them fighting, they could lose time.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think the biggest ally of that 3 car at the moment is going to be that 63.
And here he comes. He's looking to the inside going into turn number 3.
Kyle's gonna keep blocking. He's not trying to give him any time to mark.
See, if I were Kyle, I'd just let him go. I wouldn't worry with the lap car.
Yeah.
My main
He's
focus
so
is 3.
he's on fresh tires as well. If I were Kyle, I'd just let him go. But Kyle, he just wants everything. He wants everything for himself. He wants to win for himself. He's racing it out there for his own person or persona, if you will. As here comes Landon, the inside contact is made.
Oh, the 74 doors
74's in the wall.
Into the wall.
Almost.
Oh,
Almost.
wow!
As he comes to pit road.
And they're going to pit road.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That was planned. He was going to pit road either way.
So that was very interesting.
That was both unlucky and lucky for that 74 car.
The 74 and the 63 had a little run-in right there.
That probably gave them some damage, so that's probably going to give the 3 the lead potentially.
Oh,
Let's just see the 74 stop. If he does have damage, then he'll be sitting on pit road.
I mean, it looked like
he kind of avoided the wall right
there. I didn't see him hit the wall.
He
didn't.
He's
gonna have a clean pit stop. No damage for the 74.
No clean pit stop.
But if I'm the 74, I'd be a little worried now because the 3's gonna have
the 7 and the 93 stayed out. Nope, never mind.
So, I think the 7 might have stayed out, but not the 93.
Did the 7 stay out?
Yes, he did.
I'll have to get a replay on that.
The 7 did stay out.
The 3's gonna have a bit more of a gap when they cycle out here.
And let's take a. I want to take a replay of that incident with the 74 and the 63 there. You see the 63 coming up pit road now.
I thought my Discord crashed right there. I was about to get ticked.
And okay, so here's the incident.
What happened here?
Landon looks like he's trying to dive to the inside. Gives the 74 a little nudge. Gives him another nudge. Actually, no. This is not this lap. It's the next lap. It was right here. Gotta rewind.
It's really hard for me to depict who's at fault because it's like.
Actually, no. That was not it.
That's way far back. The 3 came in right after.
Let's go to the lap where. Okay, this lap.
It's really hard to depict who's in the wrong because Kyle came down pit road right after. So really, was Landon in the way, or was it just bad judgment?
I think it was bad judgment by both drivers. See, Landon going to the inside. He's committed to the inside here, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I think Kyle should have known that he was committed to the inside, and then they just made contact. Yeah, he came down.
Well, that's 63. That was a great job by the 63. He handled that car back straight.
But he gets it back going and right back up into the 74. Doors him back.
But
I have no idea how the 74 did not hit the wall there.
Oh, yeah. That was just
That was wheels
that
right
was a
there.
mix of luck and skill right there from the 74. And then to just break it
Wait.
so
Wait,
quickly.
wait. You see
to
that
head down
red
the pit.
flag back there?
Oh
Does that
no,
mean
that's
there's
just
a-
reshade. That's just reshade. It's still green.
All right,
But
who's in
Kyle's
the
off
lead
pit
now?
road now.
Let's see who's in the lead. Did the 7 pit? The 7 must have pitted.
Yeah, he did. Now the rest of the leaders pitted as well. Bailey Parker's in. Strikers, Red, and Connor as well. So I think now the 74 will go back to the lead, but he's going to have a way shorter gap, 62 with damage. Not sure where that came
62 has
from.
damage.
Here's
I
the
am
thing
not
that's
sure
gonna
where
be
that came
so
from.
interesting is can the 7 like will this later run work out for the 7? Because I doubt that 7 will come back in the top 10, maybe even outside the top 20.
But he will have 2 laps worth fresher tires, which is the benefit.
That's very true. That is very, very true. And like I said, that gap is slowly getting quicker with each pit stop. Whereas in the first one, it was a 1 lap gap. Second one, it was a 2 lap gap. This next one could be like a 4 lap gap. So really playing the long game here.
Indeed.
I believe he comes down a lap down.
No, he doesn't come out a lap down, but I think he's lost a lot of places
Yeah.
compared to where he was. Now he's gonna get the pit 46 is gonna run around the outside. 12 is gonna be on his bumper.
Well, is it gonna work?
I think he's gonna hold on to the position
he
on
is.
the 12's in. But look at the 32. Look at the run
32
that
gets
32
a big
has.
run. Let's see what happens into turn 1 and 2.
I think the 7's gonna keep the spot.
7 has the
He will.
speed.
And
He's
now
got a bunch of angry cars behind him though, so we'll have
and
to see what happens.
domination has been the 74 all race. And it's just been the 3 sitting behind him by about 2.5 seconds.
Let's see if that 3. We've been talking about like if he can do something, but when will he do it? Because he's still gaining. It's just these pit stops, dare I say, are kind of getting in his way of gaining. But we've been really clean. We've had a really clean race. No yellows yet. Hoping I didn't just jinx it.
Yeah, I hope you didn't jinx it either.
But it has just been a very good race so far.
I mean, it's still the same top 2. The gap really hasn't changed, even despite the incident with Landon.
Yep. And Landon, I think, is also on newer tires as well. So I think all the field is cycled out. Look at Zach. This is not good for Zach.
Yeah, Zach currently last of the chase drivers in the standings. He's about to get lapped by Kyle.
Last on the lead lap, yeah.
That's the last thing Zach wants to see in his rearview mirror.
3 cars, 1 lap down. Zach is in 37th, the last of all the lap cars. I think Zach is going to be okay because he's running faster than the 74, maybe on fresher tires.
Although I think Mark could really use a miracle if he's going to even close in the gap on Kyle.
But he also has the hard-charging Aiden Walker behind him, who is about 2/10 faster than him each lap. Not sure if that rate will
look at Pendre,
get him any
though.
closer. Pendre's also back there, but I think the 93 and the 99 are on different strategies.
Yeah. I think the 99...
Walker being the one on fresher tires.
No. I think did the 99 pit with the 74? I believe he did.
I think he might have because he's losing time in the 93, so he must have. Because the 74 is one of the first cars that came in. Actually, the first car to come in. And Marcus is falling off massively right now.
Yeah. This is really going to be a Hail Mary,
Indeed.
There's instead of being 2 different strategies, there's now 3. There's one by the 74, the 93, and then the 7.
I know we're not even halfway through the race, although we're coming close to it, but
Yeah, we are.
I just want to acknowledge the performance that the 74 has put on. I mean, his car is an absolute rocket ship, as it has been the entire season. I mean, obviously last week at Riverside, we saw him DNF due to a mechanical failure, but he and Shaq and House have really turned that 74 car around coming into this weekend.
Yep.
Actually, not last weekend, because last weekend was Talladega, the week before Riverside.
Yeah. This race has just it's really a showing of the fact that, we are here and we are serious about what we do. It's just, trying to make a statement, I think, is part of this reason, but also just trying to win this championship. With this format, it's just instead of there being 16 drivers, there's now 12. We were even considering only having 10 at some points. Um, it's a much harder format, but I think that just proves the skill even more.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kyle's has been dominant. There's like no other way to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Oh yeah. Because he's driving the sugar car.
No, but also there's this game called Item Asylum in a Roblox, and there's just a certain weapon called I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Oh. I don't play
You
that.
wouldn't you would not understand quadruped. Don't worry.
Cultured like you
Yeah.
guys.
But anyways, yeah.
I mean,
I believe we have passed the halfway point at this point.
I believe we did because we're over
No.
100.
Halfway lap is lap 83. We're on 79 now.
Oh well, we're getting close.
Oh yeah, that
anyway.
makes sense. That makes sense. Yep.
Actually, halfway lap is after lap 83. So once we hit lap 84, that'll be the halfway. David Kreutz with some damage. So we saw him sitting on pit road back there. He's a lap down.
Ooh.
And he's just a few cars. See Patrick Starr right there separating him and Landon. Those two are fighting for the free pass spot right now. If a caution were to come out.
Yeah.
But I gotta wonder, mainly for the 63's sake, is he gonna make the 74's race a little easier after that incident? Probably
Well,
not.
I don't think he meant to do that. I think it was just a misunderstanding. I mean, he was committed to the inside. Kyle kind of turned down on him, and that's what kind of set that all off. Now you have a battle back here. Eight of Gaming Freak trying to go to the inside of the 75 of Moff. Now Thunder's joining in on this battle.
Two teammates, two chase drivers tied for the same amount of points.
Yep, Moff's ahead now, but Thunder is right on the Mac bumper. Will Moff let him go?
The Mac bumper.
Yes.
McDonald's bumper.
See,
And this,
one thing I'm noticing with the top two, Mark gains some each lap, but then he just loses some each lap. It's kind of
It's
like
a
a
push-
repeating cycle.
It's a push pull really with those top two, but
Mm.
if
look
Mark
at the
wants to-
93,
Oh wow, yeah, they have caught up with that 3 car.
and they're a lot faster than him too.
Gotta wonder if three's been using up his stuff trying to reel in the 74.
I mean, he hasn't gotten he just reeled in the 74 that lap, but he didn't. He's losing one lap and then he's gaining the next lap, and that's just kind of that inconsistency is just really losing him the race right now. Here comes Aiden Walker trying to pick up the spot.
Inside now. Let's see if he can get it done without any help.
He's gonna get him right here. I'm pretty sure.
I think
Yes,
so.
He clears that 3 car.
And now Aiden Walker to second, looking for a second career victory. A very long winless streak ever since he won last time at Richmond in I don't even know what season it was. Very old season 3.
Season 4 before reboot.
I would
Yes.
just like to note that the 7 car has not only cracked the top 10, but has passed the 46 in 9th. So he is definitely benefiting from that strategy.
And I believe we're about to complete the halfway, or unless we already did.
Yeah, we already did.
Oh, we did. Oh, whoopsies.
Past halfway point now. Oh, that's right. Got to save it in case something.
Yeah. Something
Some,
catastrophic happens.
In case we get a rain delay.
Casual NR rain delay.
In case we get a missile strike at the
Yes.
track.
That would not be surprising.
Yeah, because it happened a lot, and
I feel like
yeah.
who would be the person to do that?
Zevel. Totally be Zevel.
100% Zevel.
No, I would convince Seville to not do that by just simply saying I'll kiss you if you don't do that. So,
He'd probably go
Um,
and then he'd schmutz you.
I feel like Kyle would be the one to send a missile strike on the track. Not gonna lie.
To be fair, that's probably true too. He was my second choice.
But anyways, Aiden Walker
Walker's-
is really bringing the gap down now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wouldn't count
And
out. I wouldn't count out Mark or Pendray too, because they're not too far behind.
Yeah. But
yeah, Pendry looks like he's lost some time in the 3.
It's that strategy. The strategy is, I think, what's just going to be the reason this 93 is going to pull forward, because the 93 and the 3 are on different strategies, and the 93 is just on the quicker strategy at the moment.
But look how
Agreed.
quickly he's eating into the 74's lead.
The underpass is Gaming Freak for 6th.
Thunder might try and join in on this chase battle with Kyle and Mark in front of the
And
field.
he needs these points after his wild flip at Talladega. And remember, he's racing today with a broken finger actually, on his left hand, and he's doing some he's driving his you know what off with a broken finger. That's for sure.
Track, to be honest, this track, I've raced it before, on like just games in general. This track would suck to race with a broken finger at, and he is just powering through it.
But they see the gap being shrunk by looking at Kyle on the screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is definitely coming down under 2 seconds now, which is the first time this has happened since the beginning of the race.
Indeed.
Because ever since Kyle took the lead, he ran and hide, but now Walker's gonna try and exploit whatever Kyle's had up his sleeve this entire race up to the point.
Walker's season has not really been that good, although he just it's really mostly the inconsistency that set him apart from everyone else. But he was having a good run on the Fanta 600 last time he came here before he got into some controversy by taking out the Matt Kenseth racing cars. But then again, he was having a good race nonetheless before that happened, and I feel like this place he's really good at this place, and he really knows how to navigate this place really well, and that's why he's running so good in second in the spot right now.
I mean, it's not like it's not Walker's only controversy this season. He's had quite a few of them.
Oh yeah, like stopping on pit road at Riverside, holding up the field, almost half the field.
Yeah, but still, I mean, despite all that, I think Walker does have the tools to be a race winner once again.
And if he were to win this race, that would be 2 for 2 for Michael Hormetis Racing in Charlotte. In Charlotte wins. Actually, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. My bad. I thought the 24 won for last time I went here for some reason. My brain kind of, I don't know.
You forgot about yourself winning a race. And
I forgore. But anyway, Walker has brought the gap down to under half a second and is eating into Kyle's lead.
There's
But
another on that lap.
I mean, 3's also kind of gaining with him. I mean, he's got a distance, but he's also under 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the 3's doing this good by just being behind the 93, maybe draft, but also he's on older tires. So I think the 74 is coming in once again.
So is the 3, because I've seen them both pull down to the inside of the
No,
racetrack.
3 staying out.
Oh, different
3 staying out.
strategy.
Kyle is gonna come in. I think he's the only car to come in now.
I gotta wonder though, Mark maybe thinking going the same strategy as Aiden Walker now, given how fast he's been.
Well,
It's
everybody
possible,
might
sure.
be.
Zebul's coming down as well, but he's the only.
Undercut. That's my question. I wonder if Kyle's trying to do the undercut and he's trying to outsmart everyone.
That's most likely what he's trying to do.
But will it work? Will it work? I don't know.
Oh, Pendray on the apron. Thought that was gonna be
Looks
bad.
like
Now
Mark's
2 lap
coming
cars
in.
go through.
Did the 93 stay out there?
No. Actually, yes, he did. He did.
Okay, so Mark just decided to go an extra lap.
Yep. Kyle's gonna be out on the track now, and I believe the rest of these guys will come in this lap.
Yeah.
That's what their strategy's been. So it's gonna be the 93, 13, and the 25. First 3 cars on pit road once they hit it.
That is, if they even hit it, because.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, looks like they
13
are.
stays out. 25's coming in. 7 stays out as well.
7 stays out. That's a very interesting choice.
Indeed.
Ebenezer comes in as well. Quite a few of the back pack stays out as well. So I wonder if they're really trying to like overcut it to try and maybe get that long run in the end. Of course.
Yep. 25 goes out of his stall. 93's out of his stall as well. 19's looking to get into his stall. Very close call there for the 93 and the 53.
Yeah, I'm very surprised the 7 stayed out.
Yeah.
And
I think
very
he came in
surprised
this
the
lap
15
though.
did too.
Yes, he did. He came in.
Yep. Which that's gonna put the people who stayed out even further down the pack than they were, which again just doesn't make sense to me because stick to the strategy you have. Unless, actually, I think part of the reason might be because
Ooh.
Kyle came in so early.
Walker got really held up while trying to pass
Oh.
Red there. That's going to cost him some time. That might put a bigger gap between him and Kyle for the race lead.
Yeah.
That's not what he needed there.
And so let's see what happens here. I think the 7 is going to get out around top 5-ish.
Somewhere around.
Probably.
Actually, no, he's
No,
not. But
no.
he might fall out of the top 10 here, somewhere
I
around
think he
top
will.
15 range.
Because, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I do not know really. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see if it ends up working. That car is really fast. It ate its way through those cars. He was about 6th when they all started coming in, so I could totally see it maybe working out.
74 is back to the lead, and they're about a lap to 68 of Zach coming up here. And also the 53 is about to be lapped with them.
Oh, wow. 53 has really had a downturn.
Yeah. He was running up. He was the pole sitter, actually.
Yeah.
So Zach might be in a bad spot here. He's going to get lapped by the 74 of Kyle. So now Zach is the first car 1 lap down. But he might try and pull the crossover here. I think Zach might be on fresh tires.
And this time around, we have 67 laps to go.
See, yep, we hit lap 100. But yeah, Kyle on the outside. This is going to really hold him up. This might be what the
99 needs.
Yeah.
99's in second.
99's in second now. Yes, I actually just realized that.
Defending Bank of America 500 winner.
That is true. He won this race last season in the next gen. Now trying to do it in the Gen 6.
Yeah, it was one of his 2 wins in his, really think about it, redemption season for him.
And I think this season he was just shy of making the chase too. Well, I mean, actually, he wasn't really that shy of making the chase, but he just had some inconsistency, like we said for Walker.
Yeah.
So we might
Walker's falling back to 4th after that holdup with
so
Red.
We might have somebody that could probably be able to contend with Kyle if he could catch him.
I mean, him and Mark.
I think that entire top 4 could contend, maybe even top 5 at the moment, could contend with Kyle.
Well, I'm not sure about 5th because Thunder's 7 seconds back, although he benefited from that pit strategy.
Yeah, I suppose you are correct.
Same in another replay case. And Pendry looks like he's pulling away. And let's go back to the field here. So we got Gaming Freak and Moth still sitting 6th and 7th. 13 Patrick Starr coming into this battle, who's an 8th, Shocker 9th. Pretty impressive for his second start. And Zevel rounds up the top 10. Ebenezer Splooch back there behind him. And then Exo and Quad Kid Boy, 3 other Toyotas behind Zevel. Then you have a Chevy, 2 Fords, another Chevy, another Ford, another Toyota, and there's a manufacturer mix-up from behind there.
Like the 45 rounds out the top 20.
Yeah, and he was about to be lapped at one point. I don't know if you remember that.
Maybe a charge through the field incoming. I doubt it, but you never
Mark's
know.
going for second.
Right here.
Oh.
Mark goes to P2. And look at Aiden Walker. Look at the run he's got.
Yeah.
Aiden Walker to the inside, trying to go for third.
Question is, does that later pit strategy help the 3? One lap fresher tires.
I
Does
think
the
it
later
will.
pit strategy help anyone? Because, with that past pit stop, again, we went from 2 strategies to 3 strategies. Now there's like 6 different strategies. So which one's going to come out on top today?
I feel like Walker, he's on the freshest tires, and I think he just needs to cut through this traffic he has in front of him, like Mark. He's really closing the gap on him.
Thing is, no matter who has the fresher tires, every time somebody reels in Kyle, pit stop seems to put Kyle in the biggest advantage once
Well, I
everything
think
trickles back out.
Kyle didn't have to deal with traffic like Walker did. Walker was coming up on a slower car that was trying to get to the pits, which was red, and kind of got held up. That cost him maybe a second, but he's trying to slice his way through traffic. Mark's not giving it up though. He's not trying to give it up, but I think Walker's got the speed and he'll go by for second.
Mark will probably just slide him behind.
Yep. But like you said, yeah, I guess your point is good because Kyle has been really dominating this race and he hasn't really had much traffic to go through. Or in the lap car of Jessica, he's catching right now to put 2 laps down. But so far no DNFs in this race so far.
Even despite having one wreck.
Yeah. That was very early. But Kyle looks like he might be having to lift through this traffic as well now.
Yeah, that's a good point that you bring up.
Oh,
Now he
shit.
cuts to the inside. What's up? What's up, Connor?
Apparently, there's going to be an announcement about the 55 after the race.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh. I think I
ex-champion.
know what's going on here. Oh no.
I think I might have
Well-
a feeling.
Defending champion at
Yeah,
that.
defending champion Jessica, she might be in a bit of trouble here, depending on what happens or not after this race.
You know, this.
But
I
Walker
mean,
has cut the gap down to 2 seconds. Sorry, go ahead.
the whole joke of probably the past season and a half has been, oh, Jessica wrecks the whole field. And, I mean, take a look at last season Michigan, this season Watkins Glen, Chicagoland, where she T-boned her boss. I mean, it's been very much a wreck fest for that 55. Definitely
Yeah.
not enough. Definitely not enough to where, I feel like it's too serious because she still made the chase. But, there's been highs and lows this season.
I mean, think about it this way. This season has been really checkers or wreckers for the 55. Mostly
Yeah.
wreckers.
Yeah.
For real. And also, it's because that she's been getting in so many run-ins with different drivers. I mean, just like Truexpan, she wrecked Truexpan at Watkins Glen, and also wrecked she wrecked Slinky at Chicagoland. It's just the run-ins do not stop for her, and it just beats her performance up. And like right now, let's see if she gives the 93 a hard time passing her.
Looks like she's not
Might.
going to. No, wait, no.
I guess the 93 didn't catch her at a good spot there, but still, I just don't know. We'll have to see what the announcement even is. But
Because we've been hearing rumors that, depending how Jessica performs in these last few weeks, that Byrne could be a potential candidate to replace Jessica, but we're not too sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to go off topic here. I don't mean to go off topic, but Walker is just above a second within Kyle's range.
Oh, totally. In fact, that the entire top 10 has just gained a second out of nowhere. I think it's the fresher tires are starting to kick in because, like probably I'd say 90% of that top 10, besides Kyle, pitted a lap or two before Kyle. So the tire wear is really starting to kick in for Kyle.
And now it's under a second.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Under a second now for that 93 car.
Yep, here we go. Penjoy getting held up in the back. Not a good look for him.
Yeah, and also Landon's back there as well. Another lap car trying to well, Jessica's already 2 laps down, so he's not fighting her for the free pass.
Even on the
But
battle
look
for
at
the lead,
Walker.
though, half a second.
Yep, half a second now. Walker is closing that gap in by a rapid pace.
Walker gets the lead. This changes the complexion of the race.
Penjoy still behind the 2 lap cars.
And it'll be probably the 3rd or 4th lead change of this entire race. Because Kyle has been dominant all race, but Walker has the fastest car as of right now.
0.2 seconds now.
And off topic, but in the IRL Cup, the tech has been completed and Shane is still the winner. SVG is still the winner.
W.
W.
But anyway, here comes Walker for the race lead.
And he's going
Trying
to
to pass the
get
74
him.
Kyle.
Side by side, turn 4 now, and it's
Kyle.
New race
clear.
leader,
It's
the
a
93
clear,
Aiden Walker.
There we
Kyle-
go.
clear.
Kyle's going to let him go, no competition whatsoever.
And now the 83 or the 93 rather is your new race leader and
now-
is extending the gap.
See, the 3's trying to catch the 74.
99
really
finally
gonna-
got past 55, has a 63 in his way now.
Not that would help the 3 in the standings, but a good result's really all that matters. But he'd probably need Kyle to have a bad day.
Oh yeah. I think everyone wants Kyle to have a bad day no matter
Oh, yeah.
what race we're in.
Us-
Yeah,
Especially
considering
those
how ahead
chase
he
standings.
is, ahead of second
Those
place.
chase
points right now.
contenders.
Well, he's going to extend that gap after this race, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that also, looking on the bright side, I think these are the points that some of these guys need. Like Mark, let's see here, Thunder, Moth, running inside the top 10 right now. Those guys need these points bad.
Yep.
Thunder to the inside of Jessica there. Almost
Almost up.
contact.
You know, I feel like a lot of times when there are lapped cars at a track like this, there's so many of them, but really there's only 3 lapped cars, and that's kind of crazy to me is the fact that there's only 3.
And there's really only one slow one,
Yeah,
which is
Jessica is
Jessica.
really the only slow lap car here today. And it's just so like odd because this is a rarity. Usually at Charlotte, there's a good chunk of the field a lap down, but I think part of that is the reason is just cautions. I think it's just because we've had such a clean race, knock on wood. There just haven't been many lap cars, and it's
Oh, I thought
just
the caution was out there, but I was
Oh.
about to say
That would
that
have been funny.
very ironic.
that would have been very funny.
And look at
But
3. He's reeling in the 74. I hate to go off
Oh, yeah.
topic, but
yeah, but yeah, Kyle is his car is not firing off like probably the way he wants it to right now.
In the
that
way,
short run speed has finally run out.
yeah, not the way that it has been. It's probably gonna have to pit here soon.
I
Yeah,
mean,
these
We are
guys
coming
are
up on
having
30-ish laps since the last pit stop, which is around 30-ish, 40 laps is around the time they come into pit. So we'll have 2 more pit stops, I think.
It's either
Yeah,
by
Walker-
130 or either by 130,
I mean,
somewhere between 130 and 140.
I mean, Walker has a 1 second lead now. I feel like if Walker,
Look at
if we
Landon.
don't
He's
get-
caught up to the 3.
I think Kyle's coming in. Yes,
Yep,
he's
he
slowing.
is.
Kyle's coming in.
Kyle is coming in. Oh,
Oh,
okay, yep, I thought.
Ooh,
I feel like
Oh.
if this goes green to the end,
Holy
this
s-
Walker's race.
what was he thinking?
I think so as
What was
well.
he thinking there?
He kept it on the apron, which is all that matters. Now he's in the pits. One of the first cars to come in.
But let's see what those longer strategies are gonna do for that mid pack. A lot of those guys in the mid pack opted to come in around Latvian Menace or around that time. Very late.
Ooh, changing it up for Walker.
Ooh.
He comes in earlier than he would have. Now
Pendra's-
now Mark follows him in. So does Pendre. Now I think Thunder will inherit the lead now. As you know, it's Patrick Starr who inherits the lead ahead of Thunder.
Yeah, I
And
forgot he
this
stayed out.
puts the leaders on the pretty much the same strategy, except Kyle.
Yep. Patrick Starr is he gonna stay out another lap? Looks like he will.
Oh,
And Landon took the bottom.
very interesting.
I think Landon's
Curious
pitting.
to see what that 13 does.
Yeah, Landon's
25's coming in.
Yep.
63 in.
25 comes in.
Who else? Let's see.
66.
7 comes
Soccer.
in, 46, 78, 32.
all these
Looks like
guys.
Yes.
most of the rest of the field is coming in at this point,
Yeah, for what
opting for that later pit.
And also, this might be the money stop for some of these drivers, if you think
totally.
about it.
I think, and here, Thunder, going into what you said on that very first pit stop of why I believe and you believe that these later pit stops will work is because I think Kyle might have to pit before the end of the race again, just because
think
he
so.
stopped like 4 laps before.
Oh, contact! Striker's up the track.
Oh,
Looks like he
He's
had,
got damage.
Looked like he had contact with
Oh,
Pendray
that was
right
really
there.
close.
Either he was coming down
Kind
onto
of the
pit.
same thing with Kyle and Landon earlier.
Either he was coming down on pit road, or Pendray had a bad time
I think he was trying to come down on pit road. Let's see what happened.
but I don't think he timed it perfectly.
Actually, no, this is the lap after.
So Pendray probably
Rewinding.
didn't come out at the right time.
No, it's
Yeah,
maybe it was strikers coming in at a wrong time.
yeah. Might have been. Strikers
It's-
might have tried to come
it-
in. Oh yeah, he went down
Oh,
into.
wow, that could have been very bad.
Yeah, Pendray was there.
What a save by the 40 though.
Oh my
that is
goodness,
some
the
incredible
40
driving
just-
by
That is some,
Strikers.
That was
that is some
wow.
Kyle Busch. That is some Kyle Busch Clash 2012 type driving.
I mean, drifting's in his name for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
And looks like
Amen.
I don't think that was really on anyone's
Yeah, that was a
fault
racing
there
accident
because
right there.
yeah, Pedre was coming with a full head of steam. I think he was trying to be committed to the bottom. Striker was trying to get to pit road. And I don't think he expected him to be down there and then they just make contact. But Striker's gonna have damage, so he's gonna pay the biggest price.
A little bit of discussion in Radioactive. Moth said over the radio, "Dude, I swear Kyle must stick a golden horseshoe up his expletive before every race. I'm gonna have to pay someone to wreck him."
Uh-oh.
I mean, I
very
think that's what a
interesting
lot of
comments.
drivers think.
Yeah,
I think
that
that's
is
what a lot of
definitely
drivers think of the
shared
74.
experience among the field.
So it looks like Legends, Red. There's some guys that still have to pit.
I think
Oh,
I think they all have come into pit now by now at least.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you would think
Once it
Walker
cycles
would
out,
get the
yeah.
lead.
Yeah, Walker's gonna have the lead. Once it cycles out, Walker's gonna be ahead of Kyle.
Yeah.
but he's
I mean,
got to
unless
get ahead of
Kyle's
this 22 here.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, yeah,
Hero.
Kyle's behind.
He puts Hero a lap down. Now I think Hero will unlap himself with the fresher tires, but Striker is finally off pit road, and this is not what he needs.
Not at all.
And he might be a lap down as well, and so he's gonna be behind the 8 ball.
And look at that. 2 seconds now on the 74 for Walker.
Yep. Red and Legends are just coming out of the pits, and yes, it is a 2-second gap between the 74 and the 93.
3
Walker
and 99,
leading.
5 seconds back.
Look at how far back 3 dropped.
Oh yeah, 3 is dropped back to about 5-second gap.
But now Walker has some lap traffic to contend with.
Yep, he's gonna have to negotiate through all this traffic.
Seems I sort of jinxed it when it came to lap traffic.
Yep, there you see Connor up ahead of Walker. Not having the greatest season.
I think there could be a lot of interesting moves now because of all these lap cars. We're gonna have to see what happens in these last 30 laps.
See if Mark or Kyle could maybe push their strategy. Pendray too. I wouldn't count Pendray out of it either.
Here's Legends to the inside of Kyle. Oh, that was close.
I think Kyle's gonna fade back pretty quickly on
Yep,
the strategy he's using.
Yeah, they could pull in Mark probably.
Mark and Pendray, because they're about the same distance.
Strikers is now a lap down. So, but I think if he just slices, actually, I don't know if he's gonna do that, but if he gets through all this lap traffic, which he's got a lot to get by if he wants to get the free pass, he would be in free pass contention. And it's the first car that's a lap down that it will get the free pass if a caution comes out, unless they are involved in the wreck. That's the only exception. And then the next car in line would get the free pass. Molina getting my Hero there. I think Walker might have some lap traffic coming to his rear bumper soon enough.
We'll see. Depends how these guys' strategies are for the most part. You see, yeah, Molina's a lot quicker than Walker is.
Yep, Molina goes to the inside.
Hero's right there. He might let the 17 go.
17 goes by the 93 and laps himself.
22 gonna try and follow.
93 getting hounded by those lap cars.
I think he's just gonna let every single one of them go
Yeah.
because they're a lot faster than him.
3 and 99 starting to pull in to 74.
Yeah.
2 seconds separate second to third and fourth.
I think Walker, has this in the bag if he can just keep this up. Because that 74 being on that later strategy, or earlier strategy, my bad, really just kind of screwed with him.
I mean, Mark and Pendrick can maybe get a podium out of it if they can charge quick enough.
Certainly. Look at that. You should. The whole entire ticker just went down a full second because once again, those guys on the later strategy just got the better tires.
Exactly, and also those are lap cars that just passed the 74. Now another lap car of Drifting Strikers is gonna pass 74 now. So I think that all these guys are just gonna let the lap cars go, and I think these guys, no matter what, have to pit one more time. That's what's gonna happen.
That's
it's
going to
really-
be the money stop, right
really
there.
gonna come down to who has the best strategy in the end.
Indeed.
Came down to being one of those races.
Unless we get a caution, obviously, that would throw a wrench into the entire thing.
Oh, totally.
Do we really know if we get a caution now? It's been such a clean race. These guys have been kept it out of trouble for the most part. Some close
Exactly.
calls, but it's really just been a clean race, and everyone's just been taking their time out
Pendrick
there,
goes
getting some good
third.
points. Pendrick gets third from Mark, and
Who's
easily
who's
breezes
outside the
past
top
him.
10 at the moment?
Who's outside the top 10?
Yeah.
The 4, the 7, 65, 46, 45, climbed up to 15th, 21, 32, 92, 28. That's the top 20.
Nice.
Coming to 30 to go once the leader hits the line.
You see Kyle, he's getting reeled in by Pendra and Mark at the moment.
Yep.
Walker has a 3-second lead.
Huge lead over the 74 and everyone else behind.
Amen.
Now I think the lap cars that got around the 74 were just a saving grace for the 93 here. Your top 10 right now is the 93, 74, 99, 3, the 13, 25, the 8, 66, 78, and the 75. In what has been a clean race, just with one caution for an incident on the front stretch early on. But besides that, we have seen no other cautions, which is honestly bizarre in my opinion.
Very bizarre, especially for a fan of Cup Series race.
I believe the 99 might catch the 74 this next lap.
I believe he is as well. I think on fresher tires and also just more speed in that car as well. 74 really they just did not get something right on the on one of the last pit stops, and just that's kind of what ruined it for them.
Pendray might try and get second, but the question is, if Pendray gets it, will he have enough time to run down Aiden Walker for the win?
I don't think
Amen.
it's gonna be on speed. I think it might be on. I think it'll have to be on strategy, or else,
Yeah.
or maybe the 93 having an issue. But we're under 30 to go, so
When they all pitted, it was around lap 124 ish,
yeah, somewhere around
and
that.
and that's 40 laps until the finish. And usually pit stops are every, like I said, 30 to 40 laps, somewhere in that window. So I think it's going to be some people are going to have to pit, and I think it's going to be those early dogs. Those first three groups are probably going to have to pit, and then the final two are going to be able to stay out. So this might spell trouble for people like Aiden Walker or Kyle or Pendray, who all were part of those first three groups.
Unless they can stretch it enough to get to the finish.
Yeah.
I think there's
unless
only
in the-
three sets. There's only 3 sets of pit stops. Well, Kyle was the first one to come in, so he's at the biggest disadvantage if if that's going to be the case. Then you have Walker who pitted a lap lap after
And
with
Mark.
mostly everyone else. Yeah, Mark as well.
And then Pendrick came in
And-
last out of the 4.
Yeah, exactly.
So strategy might play in favor of the number 99 Trinity Trojans Ford.
And I think Walker, he's
Hmm.
going to let these lap cars go here.
Ooh.
A couple BPE cars
Shoved
going
him
to try and
high.
get by.
Yep. Strikers gets by, so does King Barnabas, and now Walker looks like he might have clear traffic ahead. The 99 has gone around the 99 has gone around the 74, as mentioned previously. Almost a 4-second gap between the top two.
Will it be this time?
Oh, Pendrick closed at that time
Yeah, big time.
significantly.
5/10, I think. Almost, yeah, about half a second that 99 closed in. But I think they're coming close to the pit window
We're
because
definitely getting close to it.
these guys' times have really slowed.
Yeah, which means it leaves up to who's gonna come in, who's gonna save it. Probably try
We'll
to go
see.
for the end.
Try and put Zevel lap down and Zayden Walker.
Yep.
That's gonna bring in the 99 a little bit further.
And once these guys come in, that's gonna be the money stop because then they can
Yes,
just go to
sir.
the end from there. I think it's really been the same set of guys that have just dominated today. I mean, we saw Kyle.
3.29 that time by.
Yeah, but we saw Kyle dominate for the first part of the race, and now Walker, after setting up a good strategy with his crew chief, got himself the lead, and now he's looks like he's kind of losing that gap to Pendre who has more speed in that 99, trying to go back to back in this race, but he still has the advantage no matter what. Looks like he kind of extended the gap once again. Just trying to. I think Walker got held up in that lap traffic, which kind of set him back a little bit, but
20 laps to go next time around.
Yep. Apologies.
Good.
This is certainly this is where it's all going to come down to. Pretty calm right now, but with unless A, a caution happens, or B, those pit stops, because they're going to happen again.
I mean, if a caution comes out, that's just going to shake up the entire complexion of this race.
Indeed.
If a caution comes out, I say everybody comes down pit road, and at that point, it's anybody's game.
And mainly the biggest factor that would be is right now if someone's engine blew or had a mechanical failure of some sort.
Or if we get another incident, which isn't really looking too likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. I think these guys are coming in soon. We saw strategy like this on the 5600. These guys came in with about 20-ish laps to go. 30. I think the 93, is he coming in?
He might be.
I do not. Oh, wait a minute.
Nope, he's staying out another lap. But I think I definitely think that these guys are coming in soon.
Speaking of that Fanta 600, that 25 and the 45 were fighting that entire race, that entire second half. And then strategy just threw a wrench in it. It was that money stop. It was just that strategy, and that's what this track's all about.
Speaking of 25.
You see three chase drivers there, Kyle, Thunder, and Mark in the same picture.
I think they're coming in, or at least one of them might be.
They gotta be. I think it's Mark.
Nope.
Oh.
You'd think it might be Kyle.
No,
come in
like
a lot earlier.
Thunder trying to find a way around Mark.
If you look over Radioactive, Kyle did say he wants to stretch it as far as he can. They want to stay out. They want to try and make it the rest of the way, but I don't think they can.
Yep, and Moff said he wants to try and be one of the first ones to pit. Thunder is really close to that 3 right there.
Oh, he's moving him out of the way. And Kyle comes in. Thunder takes the spot from Mark after putting the bumper to the back of him.
In. Let's see who comes. I want to see who comes in this pit stop. This is going to be crucial.
Walker stays out. 99 stays out as well.
So depending on strategy, Walker and Pendrick might have just threw this away, unless they can try and have a fast.
Well, Walker, I think Walker's gonna be okay because he's not been on the same strategy.
Okay, I think it's the 75 who threw it away.
Thunder, I think he's gonna stay out another lap. Yes, he will. So is Mark. Try and go, I think, one more lap starting here and then pit. That's kind of been their go-to strategy all race.
I mean, these guys can get to the end now, obviously.
Yes.
Oh, totally.
So this is really the money stop.
This is really the money stop. I literally just said what you said.
Yes.
All right, let's see what happens here. Any
13 comes
gambling?
in, 25 comes in, so does a
Three's coming in.
3. So it's a 78.
And the 4. All right, let's see
Let's see
who
this.
will benefit
Okay.
from this.
Looks like the rest come in.
Just one more clean stop for all these drivers. That's all they need.
I just seen Kyle zoom by. That could be a pass for the lead.
I think he was just getting his lap back.
Yeah. He's just getting his lap
And you
back.
keep an eye on that 93.
25. 25's getting held up on pit road there.
Keep an eye on
Lost a
the-
lot of time.
Keep an eye on the other ones, like the 3 and everybody
The
else.
93, 99, 3.
Yeah.
3
3 had a
second
pretty
on
slow
that.
stop too. It looked like.
Yeah, big hold up for the 25 there. It might drop him outside, maybe the top 10.
Yeah, but where's that 93 at in all this?
We'll see. The 74 is another one I want to keep my eye on.
74 looks like he's behind the 93.
And the 99, I'm pretty sure. So that's how it looks like it'll cycle out.
So it looks like it's in a spell good race probably for Aiden Walker.
Yep.
Yeah, Walker looks like he'll cycle out once Connor, Zach, and Red their stops. Pendry's gonna have almost 10 laps trying to reel in the 93.
Yep. We'll see what the gap is for the 93 once he hits the line.
See Red's in his
You're gonna hit
box.
it now. 99.
Almost 4 seconds.
Almost 4 seconds back. Yep, Aiden has this in the bag.
I mean, unless Pendry can kind of do it.
Unless something happens.
Yes.
Which you never know. You never know. Something could happen out of the blue, but
I want to give a quick shout out real quick to something I just noticed. Soccer, P4 in his second Cup Series start for Trixan Racing after pit stops. Great run for that team, even though they haven't really ran top 5 all race. Would be a solid result for them.
Indeed.
Monster.
Yo.
Do you know when Miko is racing next?
Canadian Tire is what I was told.
Oh, all right.
But anyways, close off to the 3 and the 25 really dropped them back outside the top 10. Let's see if they can at least climb their way back into it.
Is this like 5 and 23?
What?
Is this like 5 and 23? Because that's what it processed in my head.
No, I said the 5 and the 3 and the 25.
Alright, okay, just making sure.
10
Got the
laps to
numbers a
go.
little mixed up there, but yeah, 10 to go. What has been probably one of the cleanest races in FANSA ever since
Definitely.
Talladega, way earlier this season.
That Talladega race was surprisingly clean. Wait, did I?
What?
Never mind. I thought I saw the caution lights come out. I was like, is
I'm sure that's what most of these drivers want to see, the caution lights.
Oh,
unless
totally.
unless you're
Yeah,
in Walker,
indeed.
of course.
Totally. '93. Just ever since he passed that 74, it's just been a very dominant race. No one's touched him.
That 11's really trying to unlock himself.
He is. .5 is the gap between Pendray and Walker.
Pendry seems to be closing, but not quite enough that he needs to catch Walker.
Looking
Yeah,
on the track here.
Look at the amount of lap traffic that's ahead of that 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, well, I think the only one all of them are gonna be faster except for Jessica, of course. But 27 cars on the lead lap.
Pendry goes by the 55.
55 is 3 laps down.
Gonna be, I believe, 5 to go this time.
I believe so. 5 to go this time around. 93 still in the lead.
His teammate Legends.
Yeah, Legends just behind.
It's like Legends might let him go easy. I mean, Walker has quite a gap for himself either way.
I think Legends is gonna go to the inside, but I think Walker is gonna let him go.
I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway. Walker pretty much has this locked up unless we get a late caution.
Amen.
Yeah, which
Once
is not.
again.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
You never know.
Unless
what I always say,
there's
it's not
an engine failure that sends us in overtime, but
Or
that might
it's
be a
not
little
over till it's over.
optimistic.
Over till it's over.
Thunder and Mark, that's the battle for the final spot in the top 10.
It's 11th, but then you have Bailey Parker just up the road. Actually, yeah, it is the last spot for the top 10. Whoops.
3 laps to go for Aiden Walker.
How about this pit strategy by Quad Kid Boy? Took advantage of the two that got held up in that strategy in this inside the top 10 now.
Really haven't seen much from Quad in the chase. Haven't really talked either. So solid day for him.
Coming to 2 laps to go.
This is it, that 93. Aiden Walker. What a race for him.
Looking for his second win of his career and ending one of the biggest droughts, arguably.
Certainly.
He's going to
Had
see
a
the
long
white flag
hiatus
next time around.
from the series.
It has been long overdue for this 93 and the driver. They've worked hard. They've been unlucky, but it's all paid off today. They were dominant. They had one of the fastest cars, and they chose the correct strategy when they
There you
were
go,
tasked
boys.
with picking one.
Coming to the white flag for Aiden Walker.
And here we go.
White flag for Aiden Walker.
One time
One
around
lap
here at
from
Charlotte.
Motor Speedway.
Certainly a win for the books for that 93. Again, just pretty much reiterating what Thunder said. Long hiatus, but it has been a well-weighted one. This win has just got to feel good.
What a race weekend we've had here. So.
Exactly. Not because
And
he
out
was
of 4.
Aiden Walker
insane,
goes, or Chevy
and
goes
Aiden
2 for
Walker
2 with
wins.
Charlotte. Aiden Walker wins at Charlotte. Pendre comes home second. Kyle comes home third. Soccer comes home P4. Quad with a very respectable 5th place. Patrick Starr 6th. Gaming Freak 7th. Moff 8th. Bailey Parker 9th. Mark holds on against Thunder for a top 10. And that wraps it up for Charlotte. And what a win.
Wow. Great win. Amazing win for that 93. Feel good for him. He definitely deserved that.
Didn't think he had the speed early, but in the end, we were all proved wrong.
Certainly.
And it was almost a 4.5 second, which was the gap. That was the gap for the win. And I think what we could consider a polar opposite race, rather than what we opposed to what we had all the way back in, I believe it was May.
Yeah. That was certainly that race was a thriller. This one not so much, but it had it was good in its own right.
Yes.
Is that
And
it? Is the stream ended?
I'll end it right now.
all right.
All right.
That's it. Thanks for watching.